What's good? My name is Sean Slaughter, real estate agent and investor. And because of the amount of networking that I do, I meet many entrepreneurs that are hustling and not necessarily building a business. And here's what I mean. When you're building a business, what you're doing is you're creating a system for others to work in. And the goal of the system is for you to decrease the amount of work that you're doing in the business so that you can work on the business. Working on the business means managing people, creating systems, policies, procedures. It could also mean networking, building partnerships, finding money, planning for the future. Basically, you are the ambassador of the business. And many times, because we're building brand new businesses, it's hard to know what our policies and procedures and systems are because we start by ourselves. But starting by yourself is the greatest time to think about what would this business look like if I had 3 to 4 people working for me, and how would I design this business so that each one would know their job, their responsibilities, and how I would manage it. That's how you really want to start a business. On the other hand, I meet many entrepreneurs who are hustling. Now, I definitely understand the hustling mindset because I was one. Here's what I mean. I had a music career and I was creating albums. I was traveling the world, doing about 100 concerts a year for a period of about 15 years. But during that time, I created 7 albums. I created a bunch of music videos, but I probably should have been a lot more productive in 15 years. 7 albums is about an album every 2 years. And the reason I did an album every 2 years is because I had a disc duplication company. I had a recording studio while recording artists in the area. I had a graphic design company as well. I also had a company where I was installing sound systems in churches and venues and doing sound consultation. So I was all over the place. I was gigging. I was hustling. And most of the time we hustle because we need to sustain ourselves. The main thing that we really want to do does not make enough money. So we pick up another gig and another gig and another gig just to make ends meet. And I can't even hate that, you know? People that are willing to do 3, 4, 5 jobs just to put food on the table, man, God bless you, man. There's so many other people that are sitting around doing nothing. So there's no way I have anything bad to say about those that are hustling. But I do want to talk about why building a business is the better way. So your goal should be, you want to grow from being a hustler to building a business. And here's why. You have a limited amount of time, energy, and money. And when you're doing 7 different things, you're splitting your money 7 different ways, your time 7 different ways, and your energy 7 different ways. And just like me, you can be good at a lot of things, but it's hard to be great at all of those things when you're doing all of them at the same time. Because you don't have the time to even get great, you know, to be an expert in that thing. You don't have the energy. You're tired after the 3rd thing that you've done. You're exhausted. And when it comes to money, you can't even put the right amount of advertising, promotion, investment into a business because it's going into several businesses, several gigs, several hustles. Think about this. I would rather have somebody who is great in a niche than be good at several different things. For instance, if I want a painter to come paint my house, I want a painter that paints the inside and outside of the house. That's what I want. I don't want a painter that also does lawn care, that also can build me some cabinets, that also is a magician. You know why? Because if I'm hiring as a painter, I know that he has 4 or 5 different gigs and he's splitting his time, energy, and money between those things. So he's probably a good painter, but I'm looking for a great painter. So look, if you're hustling right now, again, salute to you. I love your effort. I love your energy. I love your openness to doing anything that you can to put money on the table. There's one other myth I want to attack really quick. Multiple streams of income. All right. Now, multiple streams of income is not necessarily a myth, but it's been sold to us the wrong way. The best way to do multiple streams of income is when you create your business and your primary business is big enough to sustain itself and sustain you. That is when you branch out. Why? Because you've already put the time, energy, and money to growing one thing that is now sustainable. Now you can branch out. I've grown this business. Now I want to do coaching. Now I want to do some teaching. Now I want to do an investment. Now I want to do this and that. Why? Because that business is now running itself. It has its systems, its policies, its procedures. You set for the vision. You know the amount of money it needs. You have staff. Then it's time to branch out. The worst time to do multiple streams of income is when you start a business in year 1 or year 2 or even within the first 5 years, because sometimes it takes that long to get the business up. And again, I understand we're trying to make the ends meet, right? We're trying to make that money so that we can support our families. I get that. What I'm telling you is I'm trying to get into your mind. If you're hustling right now, I want you to think about the future and say, you know what? I eventually want one of these businesses to be the business. And in order for it to really sustain me, I'm going to, like a baby, I'm going to have to give it all my time, energy, and money so that it can reward me in the future. So what are your thoughts about hustling and working several different gigs versus focusing on one business and growing it to be great? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. This is the House of Motivation, the place where inspiration lives. Peace.